Extra, read all about it. I am an undercover agent for MrBeast. I was completely bought off and paid for by blood money. My credibility is gone. My pants are full of shit, and I have failed the entire internet as a whole. I apologize. Firstly, to everyone who had very high expectations of me, just off the bat. People were not happy with the way that I conducted the interview.
That interview is pretty much garbage and does very little to help him, despite being a softball puff piece.
Hello, and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers. Oompaville receives major backlash, but he responds. I'm Chief Coconut, and this is Influencer Police. Buckle the fuck up. Okay, so if you guys saw my last video, we talked about the Oompaville MrBeast video and how basically the whole thing was kind of a shit show. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was definitely severely lacking. Basically, the whole internet criticized him. We were giving him backlash, pretty much saying the same things that I was saying in my video. Like, he seemed super unprepared, he wasn't knowledgeable, and he did not dig deep enough into questions. He forgot a lot of important questions, and it pissed people off because I think it really pissed people off because we probably know that for MrBeast, that was his interview. Like, I don't personally see him doing another sit down, talk about all the allegations video again. I feel like that was like what he's gonna do. He's probably not going to address it again, but I really don't see him doing like another sit down video. And I don't see him doing a sit down video with anyone that's super knowledgeable and that's gonna severely press him. So I feel like for MrBeast, he chose Oompaville for a reason. And so let's talk about what Oompaville said. Basically, Oompaville said that he was unprepared. He was working on a video game that's about to launch or has launched, and it's one of his businesses. So he was super occupied with that. I guess he reached out to MrBeast and was like, do you want to do an interview? And apparently MrBeast, like, gave him like no time at all to prepare, basically like a few hours to prepare. Says, I'm jumping on a plane to be on your channel and I'll see you in like 3 hours, bitch. So my problem with Oompaville is, okay, Oompaville. First of all, also no tea or no shade to Oompaville. Like, I have no problems with Oompaville as a creator or person. I don't really watch him consistently or anything. Not exactly my cup of tea with content, but I will say I watched his Nikocado Avocado. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care, bitch, how you say that shit. I saw him in Nikocado Avocado when they did that podcast together when Nikocado was still heavyset. And I thought their podcast was hilarious. I thought their dynamic was so funny. So I did watch that. But other than that, I don't really watch him. I think I'm subscribed, but I don't fucking watch him, bitch. For me, Oompaville is always like, I feel like he's more on like the shallow knowledge of drama. Like, I don't feel like he digs deep enough into stuff. And I don't know. I don't really care. I don't watch his takes. But I do think that he's hot. So I do think that he's hot. I will say that. But anyways. So he basically says that instead of taking the 3 hours he had or the barely any time he had to prepare, he decided to spend most of the time just working on his video game. And I'm kind of just like, Oompaville. I fucking can't with you. Why would you spend most of the time, the little time you had to prepare, just working on your fucking video game? Now, I understand. That's his business. Like, of course, spend time in it. But I don't know. Did he understand the magnitude of this interview? I don't think he fully understood that this is MrBeast's main interview he's going to do about it. And he chose Oompaville, in my opinion, because he probably knew Oompaville is like not as knowledgeable as other creators that could have really dug deep into questions and pressed him. He probably knew Oompaville has this kind of style of content and would be an easy-going interview. And that's why he took it. So, on MrBeast's part, I think, honestly, this interview made them both look bad. Honestly. It made MrBeast look bad because I don't think he answered the questions that well, and I didn't really get anything new from him besides his philanthropy. And he's choosing someone that to do this interview that, like, we all knew wouldn't do a good job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty fucking sure MrBeast knew that too. And then it makes Oompaville look bad because he barely prepared. And I know he didn't have that much time to prepare, but like, use the limited time you had to fully prepare. But also, why are you asking someone that you're not fully confident in the knowledge of? Why would you ask them to interview? And when you know it's such a serious, like, these allegations are serious. And the whole fucking, like, time these two are, like, laughing and giggling about things. MrBeast has this, like, nasty-ass, creepy smile on his face the whole fucking time. I'm like, do you both understand the severity of the allegations? Are the allegations in the room with us? Are they in the room? Because y'all didn't act like that. I'm trying to imagine myself, like, if I was interviewing MrBeast. First of all, if I didn't have, like, a list of questions ready to go and I wasn't super knowledgeable, I would never reach out to him and ask to interview him. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, something you guys don't know about me is I actually majored in journalism in college. And I spent a lot of my time interviewing people. Now, I was like an art journalist usually. Not all the time because, you know, classes vary, but I focused primarily on arts and events going around where I lived and all that. But I would do a lot of interviews. And I just, like, I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom reaching out to someone you know nothing about, not having, like, the exact questions ready to go, asking follow-up questions to your questions, especially to, like, this magnitude. I just honestly can't fathom it. I understand why Oompaville wanted to reach out because he gave Dogpack a platform, which he talks about in his response. And he also mentions that he kind of went easy and it was more of like a casual flowing conversation with Dogpack. So he wanted to give that same energy to MrBeast, which it's like, I can see where you're coming from with that. And like, I understand it. But also, MrBeast is the one with allegations against him and very serious allegations. So I don't feel like you necessarily have to bring the same energy to someone that's like bringing forth the information as the person that the information is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally get why you would, but I feel like for this magnitude and this particular situation, I don't think it fit at all. And that was a mistake on Oompaville's part. The whole thing, right? And I think MrBeast gave him, like, absolutely no time at all. Like, didn't set up it days in advance and stuff like that because he probably wanted to catch Oompaville off guard. He probably didn't want to give him that much time to prepare because if he had time to really truly prepare, he probably would have done a better job. And MrBeast may have had a harder time answering the questions. Now, a lot of people think that MrBeast had the questions pre-sent to him or he had all of his answers ready to go. Like his PR team probably, if Oompaville didn't give him the questions beforehand, which I'm not sure, honestly, like what happened, but then they probably had a list of questions ready to go. They probably had every allegation, ready to go with questions, and he had his answers pre-planned, allegedly, assuming esse that would make sense because his brand, MrBeast's brand, is like, so it's, multi-millionaire, possibly billionaire. I heard a lot of people saying he might be the first YouTuber that's a billionaire. So his brand is, there's so much money behind it. So his team and him himself aren't going to let, they don't want any bad press. They don't want this to affect his brand negatively. So they're going to come correct. You know what I'm saying? But I really do think that this was kind of like a little sly move from MrBeast, just like giving Oompaville no fucking time at all, but also choosing him to do it. Because, I mean, the internet's all saying, yeah, there's so many better people to interview MrBeast that are actually knowledgeable on the topics. And they wouldn't even need time, honey, to prepare. Because they knew the shit like the back of their motherfucking hand, bitch. So, of course, he would not choose them. No. He needed someone that didn't know what's up. Not fully, anyways. And that's what happened. And I'm trying to think what else Oompaville said in his response. I mean, just the fact that he admitted that he wasn't prepared and spent the whole time, working on his video game and stuff like that. I'm just like, it's like, oh my gosh, it's disappointing. I'm like, we all wanted someone that like was on top of their shit to do this interview because we all genuinely want true, real answers. So I guess like this whole thing is disappointing, and it's really disappointing also because MrBeast is probably not going to do like this sit down video again. Like that was probably it for him. And that's also probably why people are kind of pissed at Oompaville. They're like, this was like our one shot to get this man to talk about this. And what is that saying? Shoot the shit? I don't fucking know, bitch, but you flopped. You fucking flopped, bitch. You tried, but you failed, honey. But it didn't really seem like you tried very hard, so I guess you just failed. I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm like, was there anything else like super important he said? I think that he also mentioned like years ago he did have some kind of connection with MrBeast, like something to do with like business, but he's not involved in it anymore. So like, I don't really, who fucking cares, honestly. But I did find that interesting. It seems like MrBeast, it has a lot of these interesting connections with a lot of YouTubers. I feel like he has a lot of businesses that he doesn't even fucking go into, so that's very interesting. But that's honestly like what a lot of these creators do. They have multiple businesses, and some you've never even heard of. Kind of like Jeffree Star. He has like things that he doesn't even talk about some of the things he does, but those things make him a lot of money. So I just feel like that's part of the suppose. Am I missing anything that Oompaville said that was like important to mention? I can't think of anything. I watched the whole video yesterday, and honestly, I can't really think of anything that's like super important that I'm like, am I leaving something crucial out? Everything else is kind of just like whatever. I mean, go watch his response and like tell me what you think. For me, it's just like, it's everything I thought. It's literally everything. It's so obvious what happened. Like, just if you watch the interview, you could fucking tell what's happening. And if you knew Oompaville on any level as a creator, you would just know he's not the right choice for this. So the whole thing is like a fucking joke. And will we ever get true answers from MrBeast? I don't know. I doubt he'll ever sit down and talk about this shit again. So Maybe not. But honestly, I hope someone does get the chance to actually interview him again. But I doubt it. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. But, oh, also, I do not consider this channel journalism, by the way. Hell no. The fuck? I'm just a drama channel, honey. Although, we do get into some tea on this channel. Because I like to talk about a little deeper shit than YouTube sometimes, you know. I like to talk about some real fucking shit on this channel. I like to get into the globalist agendas. I like to talk about symbolism and all that. I like to talk about things in the world that don't add up, but they add up if you know what I'm talking about. But still, I'm just shooting the shit on this channel. But yes, okay, so thank you for being here. I'm really fucking tired. I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about this whole Oompaville response. And let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. If you guys want me to focus on the underground city tunnel video, I will start working on that. Please join memberships. That would really help us out. There's a bunch of videos, exclusive videos on there already. I'm thinking about maybe reacting to Soggy's second half of the video and putting it on membership. So let me know if that's something you want me to do. And I will see you in the next time. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Love to have ya. Join the fam bam. And please like this video. It helps us out so much. And please hit the notification button so you never miss a video. MrBeast, you are a creep. MrBeast, you are a creep. You smile so weak, 'cause you are a creep. Subscribe.